David, let's start off with you. In the long history of human warfare, when you think about moving from medieval sword fights to cavalry charges to dogfights in the skies to guerrilla tactics in the mud, the job that is most detached, surely, from the dangers and the immediacy of combat would have to be the drone operator. Can you just start by painting for us a picture of a day in the life of a drone operator working for the military? You get up, you kiss your kids goodbye. What happens?
Hey Josh, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I think geographically dislocated, but in terms of being involved day to day in the war, in the fight, as it were, then I think you're as close as anybody. But a day in the life of a drone pilot, it's very similar. I mean, for the last 6 years or 6 years of my service career, every day was very similar, very long. But as you say, the difference being you start the day at home with your wife, with your kids, before making that drive. And then you've got an 8 to 12 hour shift spent completing surveillance in Afghanistan and Iraq. It's a very unusual day, but you get very involved, and after a while it becomes a norm. You don't think of yourself being geographically separated from the battle space.
So you walk into the where were you serving? Where was the actual facility?
I was serving with Creech Air Force Base.
Right. So you walk into the Air Force Base and you go up to what? Does it actually feel like you're inside a plane, or are you sitting in a large room looking at a bank of television screens that are showing you what the drones are filming over there?
It looks exactly like a cockpit if you were to look at it front on, and I think it's designed like that to really put your mind into the realm, into the world that you're sitting in.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're very involved.
Travis, this is not a problem that is exclusive to drone operators. This is something that is consistent to a lot of military activity. What are your thoughts about the impact of boredom on military life?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those topics that are probably least covered in terms of media and pop culture exposure. But I mean, as Nancy, is that correct? As we were speaking about earlier, I mean, war is like 90 to 95% boredom and 5 to 10% excitement. And what ends up happening, I think that can actually have a pretty negative effect on soldiers, because you become so bored and there's such a built up expectation of what this is going to be before you go that, I mean, I wonder sometimes, I don't think I did, but some people actually start pining for some kind of excitement. And that's not really what you want. I mean, that's not the kind of mindset you want our soldiers in. The first time I ever got into a firefight, I was eating a cheeseburger. I had my helmet off. It was the first day of 2006. I'll never forget it. But I mean, all I know is that a burger went flying in the air and I'm reaching for my helmet. And I mean, I'd obviously just reached a point of complacency. I mean, I should have been more vigilant. We still had a guy looking out, but I mean, I was in Baghdad.